Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Tawana, your next big move catalyst. And you know what I do? I help entrepreneurs move from idea to implementation. So, what does that mean exactly? It simply means I help folks get stuff done. So, listen, what I've learned is one common struggle entrepreneurs have, whether they're newbie or whether they've been in business for a while, is setting the prices for their products and services. And so, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Is how do we do that in a way that feels good to us and it represents who we are and what we bring to the table. So one of the things that I notice that people do, actually two things that I notice that people do, and I know this because I have been guilty a time or two myself, when it comes to selecting prices for business, is sometimes people pick numbers out of the clear blue sky. And when I say out of the clear blue sky, I don't necessarily mean that. What I mean is that they're picking a number that is not based on the service that they're providing or the value that they're bringing to the table. They're probably picking a number based on what their revenue goals are, right? And how much time they have to devote to working with clients within their business. So if your revenue goal is to make $5,000 this month, but you know you only have about 20 hours a week. So that's what, about 80 hours a week. So sometimes 80 hours for the month. So sometimes people will take that 80 hours of the month and divide that into the $5,000 goal, and then they're going to set their hourly rate as to whatever that comes out to be. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. That is a bad idea because you really don't have the numbers to back up, or the information or data to back up why you chose those numbers, outside of it's the number that felt good to you based on your goals. And people will see that, right? So they're going to see that you just chose a number that works for you, but that you didn't do the research that it takes to create a service package or a product package that speaks to the industry, and it doesn't speak to your experience. It's not speaking to value. It is only self-serving. And that's not going to work. Another thing people will do is that they're going to mirror the pricing structures that they see other people in their industry using. So I'm a well, I used to be a VA. Now I focus more on project management and business consulting. But when I first started out as a VA, I had no idea what I wanted to charge. I knew what my revenue goals were. I knew how much time I thought I had to devote to my business. So I spent a lot of time researching other VAs. And this was years ago, before VAs were hot. I had to spend a lot of time explaining to people what a VA was and why they needed one. Now everyone understands it, so it's not as hard of a sell anymore as it was years ago. So I would go to other VA sites and figure out what other people were charging, and then try to mirror their pricing structure. And what I found out was, by mirroring other people, I wasn't being true and authentic to me and the clients that I wanted to serve. It was also showing that I wasn't really doing the work. Mimicking other people is a great start, but that's only a start because I didn't know. Like, they may show a package that says, I'm going to offer 10 hours for $250 a month, and these are the things that I'm going to do. But that didn't take into account what their educational background was, what their experience was doing those things, what the return on investment would be for their clients based on the results that they were going to provide. I didn't have access to that information, so I was just mirroring people without all of the information I needed to be successful. And so what I found out was, by doing both of those things, I was underpricing my services. And when you underprice your services, it is actually costing you money in your business. It's going to cost you clients, and it's going to cost you your reputation, right? Three things: cost money, clients, and reputation. Those are all three things that we are not trying to have a deficit of. We want to have those things in plenty. We want them to be bountiful, right? And so why do I say this? I'm saying this, one, because I've lived it, but then two, let me give you a couple of reasons as to, or ways that I've got to this point, right? And so when you think about how it's going to cost you money, think about this. So everybody loves a great sale, right? I know I love a great sale. Like, that's the thing that's going to get me out and go do some shopping or hop up online and figure out something if it's a great sale. But what you find is if you know that someone is going to put something on sale every week, every month, or whatever, you will have no incentive to pay full price for anything. You're always going to be waiting for the sale. You're always going to be waiting for that discount. And so when you do that in your business, when you're always discounting your services, when you're always discounting your products, your pricing on your products, and if you notice that that's when you're getting an influx of people buying from you, it's not because they don't value who they are or who you are. It's not even that they don't value what you bring to the table, but you've given them no incentives to pay full price because they know that they can wait you out and they can wait for the sale. So now you're the discount brand in your industry. And that's not what you want. You don't want to be the discount brand of your industry in any way. You want to be the service, or you want to be the service provider or product provider in your industry that people are going to look for regardless of price, right? We want to be the people that we want to bring people into our space who want to work with us, that they only let me get my words to work with my mouth at the same time. But we don't want to create a situation where people are only going to come to us when something's on sale. That means that they never have an incentive to work with you for full price, which means that you will continue to have to run sales to get business. And we don't want to do that. People also really pay for results, right? And results become the value that they're attaching to you and your business. Okay. So if you're bringing results to someone's business, if you're freeing up their time, if you're a VA, if you're freeing up their time so they can do other things and they can make additional money, if you are creating systems and processes that are working in the background so they don't have to have so many hands on deck and they can focus on other things, or they can be in 5 different places at one time, you're bringing value to them. And people pay for that value. They're paying for those results. And they don't want to get those results from the discount brand because they're going to think that you can't do the things that you said that you wanted to do. Which brings me to a situation I found myself in last year. So I had a friend. I've known him for quite some time, well before I went into business for myself. And he believes in what I do. He believes in the service and value that I bring to people. So he was in a situation where someone was looking for a project manager like me. And so actually he had a couple of people who wanted to work with me, and he went ahead and talked up my services. He did my whole sales pitch. I had no idea this was even going on until I got the call from him. And he says, "Hey, Tawana, listen, I have this opportunity for you to work with this group of people. I've already talked you up. They're already on board. All you need to do is send over your pricing sheet." He said, "But before you do that, I need you to double your prices." He said, "Because at the prices that you have, the people that I am putting you in contact with will not respect your services. They won't believe that you are able to do the things you say that you can do at the price you have your services listed." So for this group of people, prices matter. That they don't want to be associated with the discount brand. They want to be associated with the premier brand. And so I needed to come up with premier brand prices, and that the prices I had wasn't going to work. So he was like, "I've already done the sale for you. I've done it all. All I need you to do is by Monday, you need to make sure you're sending over your new pricing package to these individuals at a doubled rate." He said, "And that's at the bare minimum." He said, "People are not going to ever take you seriously if your prices don't reflect that you take yourself seriously." And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys, is that your pricing structure matters as it dictates the value other people put on your business, and that you don't want to be in a cycle where the only way that you're ever getting sales, that you're ever getting new clients, is only when you're doing a discount, because that makes you the discounted brand of your industry, and that's not what we're trying to do. So with all of that in mind, if you would like more information on how to evaluate your current pricing structure and to figure out if it's time to give yourself a raise, I want you to check out my checklist that I've created. There should be a information rolling at the bottom of the screen right about now. After I do a little bit of editing, but right about now, there should be some information to tell you how you can go and get that. This is actually for free. I'm gifting this to you. This is not a discount at all. It is a gift. And then just let me know what you think about it. So until next time, guys, I want you to have a productive and profitable day.